What up, HyperChange? This is a monumental moment in Tesla history, in shareholder democracy history, in Wall Street history. This is big, folks. For those who don't know, we're talking about the Elon Musk compensation package. Galley reporting live here, young Tesla shareholder, decade plus in the trenches here holding Tesla stock. This has got to be one of the most interesting moments. The only time I can remember giving a fuck about voting in the shareholder meeting. So there was actually something to vote for. So there's that. What was there to vote for? I mean, I'm going to just start with my entire take on the drama to just set up this rant. And it's not even a rant. If you want to skip the entire video and the entire podcast, my whole thesis is my word is my word. A deal's a deal. We said we were going to pay Elon Musk a certain amount of stock. If he did certain things, he crushed those things. He executed. He 10x the value of the company. We deserve to pay him. I stand behind my word. My integrity is my word. I have no respect for you if you vote no and basically back out of a deal. You got rich investing in Tesla, and now you're not going to pay the man who did it for you. I think that's bullshit. I think you have no integrity, and I don't respect you if that's your vote. I'm sorry. I will put that on the record. I'm looking at you. All these advisory firms, Glass, Siegel, Lewis, Bird, I don't even know. Seabird, I don't know why we're listening to you. You recommended no. Where were you in 2018? What have you done? Paper pushers on Wall Street telling us we can't. Woo! All right. I'm mad. Let's just story time. So in 2018, and I made a video about this, which I'll link to below. In 2018, this was peak me vlogging about Tesla days, nobody believing in the company. Elon Musk got his first shareholder package in 2012. The company's value has increased 17-fold. There has been a 17x increase in the company's value. This is in 2018. And Tesla says, hey, we're going to scheme on a new pay package for Elon Musk that could 10x the company further. And guess what? We're worth $59 billion today. We're not going to pay Elon a single dime unless we hit $100 billion. This at the time, Andrew Ross Sorkin from the New York Times, one of the best journalists in the world, writes this is one of the most shareholder-friendly deals he's ever seen. People are clowning on Tesla and Elon left and right, just roasting and joking Tesla. Oh, he's never going to get paid. It's a joke. This is laughable. Every other CEO on Wall Street and in the automotive industry is just getting rich, just doing nothing with a flat stock price, making millions of dollars in salary. Elon Musk doesn't take a dime and says, I'm not going to take a dime unless I double the value of your company, and then I only get paid based on how much I increase the value. This was an unbelievable deal at the time. I was fired up on it. I said, quote, this is exactly why I'm invested in Tesla. His incentives are aligned to create the world's largest auto and energy company. I think that's fair as hell. Shit, if he takes Tesla to $1 trillion from here, pay him $100 billion, he earned it. This is going to be a new model for how founder agreements are structured. It was just a paradigm-changing moment. Everyone was behind it. It aligned incentives. It changed the industry. It frankly still is way ahead of its time 6 years later. And so you can believe my bewilderment when in 2024, 6 years after this pay package is issued. Oh, and I forgot to say that after this pay package, it's not just me that's fired up about the pay package. It's not just the New York Times saying this is the most shareholder-friendly deal ever. Tesla shareholders vote. We voted. 73% of us who voted approved this deal. Elon Musk and Kimball Musk excluded themselves from the vote. So we did a vote. This is the most where I'm pissed off. It's like, don't fuck with my company. And I'm sorry, I will be doing swear words in this rant. Do not mess with my company. We had a shareholder vote. We approved this pay package. It made all of us extremely wealthy who own Tesla stock. Elon Musk delivered. The world changed. Hundreds of thousands of jobs were indirectly created. Billions of dollars of taxpayer money was generated. This was a win, 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 win. Biden, if he's smart, would have been talking about how great Tesla and Elon was for the country, how this pay package incentivized so much jobs and value creation. Instead, we've seen Biden get taken over by the lobbyists from Ford and GM, the unions who pay him money, so he pretends like Tesla doesn't exist and is a slap in the face to the most successful company that's been built in America under his reign, the most shareholder value created, one of the biggest companies, 100,000 plus jobs, bringing manufacturing back to the country. Nope, our politicians don't want to mention that. That's going to shoot themselves in the foot. Anyway, that's a whole nother rant to get into. But point being, shareholder democracy needs to stand. We put this to a vote at the time. 73% of shareholders approved the Elon Musk compensation package. Fuego. we're off into the races. Elon Musk is getting paid. He can't even sell the stock for years after exercising the options. He has to pay tax on it. This is a $1 billion windfall from the government. This is aligning incentives. This is a beautiful outcome for implementing structures for long-term thinking in the stock market when everything's going towards, day trading and flash trading and all this clusterfuck of ruining the financial markets. The one thing that incentivizes long-term thinking, value creation, building stuff in the real world, creating jobs, generating real economic value, that's the pay package that we're going to cancel. So I was fired up when this pay package came out because it was a paradigm changing moment for how deals were structured on Wall Street for a win for long-term thinking. So anyway, fast forward to 2024, this judgment comes out. Delaware court says, pay package unfair. We're striking it down. Nope. Elon gets paid nothing for 6 years of work. He gets paid nothing. It doesn't matter that we had all the paperwork. It doesn't matter that shareholders approved the deal. It doesn't matter that it was voted on. It doesn't matter that the person suing only has 9 shares. It doesn't matter that all of these law firms are going to make billions of dollars and for just a little bit of work screwing over shareholders when the whole case is that Elon Musk is overpaid. And then the outcome of the case is that lawyers make billions. I mean, the irony, I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but the irony of this case is just... it is personally my faith in the fairness of the American legal system was materially affected I've never had less faith in the system. The system is fucked if this case goes through. And they're going to try and appeal it in the Delaware Supreme Court, so that's all good. But I think the system is fucked. And I'm just going on a real rant, just telling you what I think right now, because I think it's important to document in the scope of history, when we look back on this moment, how the actual shareholders were feeling. And so this judge strikes down this court case, and it is a panic what the fuck moment across the Tesla ecosystem. Because first of all, my take is, wait, this was 6 years ago. This has already been done. How can you go back 6 years ago and undo something we already voted on and approved? So the fact that I just think it's insane. I think this is the same judge who made Elon buy Twitter. Clearly, there's a lot of political and other BS going on. I'm going to make I want to make more content getting deeper into the case, because I think if you actually dive into the case, which I've spent time doing, her actual case is really flawed and shitty in the way. And anyway, I want to be very precise about that. So I'm not going to cover that now. But the point is, very weak argument to take it back. Unprecedented. The whole thing of Delaware being extremely friendly to businesses is now in question. The whole future of Delaware's economy is actually in question because of this ruling. So I hope the Delaware Supreme Court overturns it. But now Tesla is basically saying, look, we have our shareholder meeting coming up to just big flex on the court and prove and show people what we want. Let's put this thing to a vote. Let's revote on the pay package and say we want to get Elon paid for the work he did at Tesla. We're going to revote on it anyway, just to show the judge. On top of that, we also want to move to Texas so we can have more control of our governments. I voted yes and yes. Throw that out there. Obviously, I think we should move to Texas, and I think Elon Musk should get paid for the work he did. I voted for paying him. To me, this is so simple. Elon Musk made this insanely shareholder-friendly deal. He crushed it. Pay the man his money. I am a man of my word, and I want to operate as a man of my word. And if I say I'm going to pay you for something and you do it, then I pay you. It's that simple. That's how I do business. And I frankly, the fact that these fancy and so this is why it's fucked up, because there's these firms who recommend, like BlackRock and all these huge financial firms that are the ETFs that own Tesla. So how do they vote? Well, a lot of their vote depends on these independent analyst companies tell them how to vote. Glass-Steagall. I'm going to show you. So this is what I'm talking about here. Glass Lewis, which is this company who basically advises all the institutions on how to vote, says that they should vote no on the Elon Musk package. And this is insane to me. Glass Lewis said in a report released Saturday that the pay deal is excessive and cited the dilutive impact on current shareholders. So my whole point of this is, A, why the hell do we even care what these people think? They have massive power and influence. I don't think they should, but they do. So the fact that they said to vote no and are recommending that is a big deal and means this vote is in question and sucks. I personally, if I was in the boardroom, I would have not put this to a new vote. I don't think Tesla should have done that. I think you had the 73%, run with it. Don't risk losing it, because now this is the messed up part. Like the dilutive impact, Glass Lewis and all these fancy suits are like, well, why would we issue Elon Musk his compensation? That's basically giving away free shares. And if we increase the share count, then our value will be worth less. So it'll be dilutive. It'll be a dilutive event, and that'll actually decrease our value in our little spreadsheet. So we're actually going to vote no. That's literally the thought process right now. And it's like, if you vote no and Elon Musk doesn't get his fucking stock and he starts, we just slapped him in the face. We didn't pay him for 6 years of work he did. He made us all rich and we said, fuck you, we're not paying you. If I was Elon, I'd be so pissed. That is so mean. That is so fucked up. Fuck you, Glass Lewis. You have no integrity. I just think you're just gonna not pay someone for 6 years of work that made you rich. That's your recommendation. Your recommendation is to kick out the CEO who just made all the shareholders money. Oh, wait, here's a fucking idea. Why don't you keep on the CEO who made us all rich so we can keep making us rich? How dumb do you gotta be? I mean, I am losing my fucking, I have not wanted to make this video, and it took me a while to vote because I'm so pissed about this. Because I cannot even believe that this is in the realm of feasibility. Like, we live in upside down world. I'm telling you right now, we live in an upside down world. This makes no sense. AI is about to take over the world, and AI is more powerful than ever. So who do we put in charge of the most powerful country in the world? We got 2 80-year-olds. That's who we're going to pick to lead the free world right as AI comes out. Great. That makes a lot of sense. Elon Musk, most successful dude on the planet, actually earned his money, created huge value for our country. Let's take away his money and give it to the government and the lawyers who do nothing but stop the innovators. So let's take money from all the people doing the work in innovation and paying our taxes, give it to the paper-pushing lawyers. Doesn't that seem like a good idea? Anyway, I hope I'm not too off track. I'm not losing you here, but we got to vote. I think the point is, my point one that I wanted to make there is it really rubs me the wrong way to see people like Ross Gerber say vote no on this. I used to be homies with Ross Gerber. I'm sorry, that guy's lost all respect. He is just a LA, he's like that fake LA IG guy who will just like use a filter, do whatever he does to like get the most likes. Whatever's getting the most likes, that's what Ross Gerber's saying. And now he figured out he gets a lot of likes from the Elon haters if he hates on Elon. And so he's hating on Elon because he's getting more likes doing that. The dude has no of his own vision. So that's what you see with these people. You see where the true cards are. You see the people who don't do the right thing, who don't stand by their word, who don't have true conviction, who weren't about Tesla changing the world. This is why to me, this is the fun part of being a shareholder, because now my ownership and vote matters. This is why I'm a shareholder. I love getting involved in this shit. I love being a part of it. I know it's going to get ugly. I know there's going to be big fights. And that's why I'm on Tesla's side and I'm a shareholder and I believe in this company and I'm supporting them and I'm going to help them through it. So my point is, and like this big Chinese shareholder, Leon, or I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. He's voting no. And it's like, guys, first of all, and Glass Lewis voting no. Every institution that votes no, I have zero respect for you. And here's why. Number one, because you have no integrity and your word is your word. You got to stand by it. Number two, if Elon doesn't get his pay package and he leaves, we are all screwed. All Tesla shareholders are screwed. We're going to lose money. The stock's going to crumble if this doesn't go through. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So number one, you have no integrity. Number two, you're just a fucking idiot because it's smart to pay Elon, whether you hate him or not. This is the best 50B we can spend because it's going to make us 10 trillion. Spend another 50B to get 10 trillion market cap. Let's do that. That's what we were voting yes. That's why we all voted to pay Elon. So I just have, and you want to know what's crazy to me? So this, in a little bit of heartfelt stuff, there's a bunch of people pushing back. And I want to shout out particularly Tesla Boomer Mama, Alexandra, shout out. She is crushing it. Just putting in that hustle, organizing the Tesla shareholders, making sure people can vote. Follow her, help her out. Amy, another person in the Tesla community, just put out this tweet now. So this is like literally unfolding as I'm recording this. Tesla shareholders might get a spot in the court to say our piece, which is funny because the whole case is on this shareholder. They're suing on behalf of shareholders when really the shareholders are on the other side of this shit. That's what's so messed up. But let me show you. This is the tweet. So this tweet right here that Amy said, I have retained counsel to appear in the Delaware Court of Chancery to challenge the plaintiff's fee request in Tornetta versus Musk. I voted for the CEO performance award in 2018 and voted for the ratification now. While I'm active in the case, I'll refrain from commenting here. Let's go. And when I started recording this video, this had like 20,000 views. Now it has 120,000. It's going to hit millions. Elon's probably going to reply. This is let's go. This is why I love the Tesla community, because we're fighting back. And it's like, screw this one shareholder changing the game. We're all the shareholders. Why don't we sue back? So now this is all an active case. It's all unfolding. I don't know what the hell's happening legally, but I do know that the Tesla shareholders are pushing back and getting involved. Shout out to Alexandra and Amy and everyone who's been pushing on that and Sawyer, Omar, just all the Tesla OGs in the community. I think y'all know who you are, have been crushing it. And that is kind of like a little bright light that I fuck with. So I appreciate y'all. But these letters that all Alexandra and Amy, and I want to say it was them organized, all of these letters. Anyway, some Tesla shareholders online organized for all of us to send letters in to the Court of Chancery to Delaware. And look at these letters are going to get you tearing up. Like, as a Tesla shareholder, I want to support Mr. Elon Musk, like blah, blah, blah. So all these shareholders, retired teachers, I believe all the little people have basically come out and being like, why are you tinkering? Like this, I'm going to link to this. Look at this shit. It goes forever. These are all letters from individuals. This is what the people want. How are you going to sue on behalf of shareholders, but the shareholders are sending you mail-in ballots piling up through your door? This is crazy to me. Look at this. This is 158 pages of just individual letters, handwritten, of just people who I can't even think of any other cause that gets this kind of support. Tesla employs all these people. These are all amazing points. I'm tearing up here because a lot of you know that I was involved with Say, which is the platform that gets the retail investor questions involved on the earnings call, and a big part of the whole thing with YouTubing, talking about stocks online and building a community and building a community of Tesla retail investors who actually believed in the company, invested in it for the right reasons, and it wasn't just Wall Street controlling it. It was actually investors investing in shit they liked. And now Tesla's been such a beautiful example of that. And I see communities popping up for Palantir, for Robinhood, that are echoing and Coinbase that are echoing the disruption that Tesla had in this leading effort to build the shareholder community online, which is so baller. And so this is a huge moment in shareholder history, huge moment. I mean, look, I've actually been buying Tesla stock recently, and I think we're going to solve this. I think Elon Musk is going to figure this out. And I think here's what I think we should do. We need to get Elon Musk paid. It's very simple. We said we're going to pay him. We got to pay him. We need to set that precedent. That's number one. Number two, this Elon Musk is the smartest CEO in the world. He is adding so much value. He is on the cusp of commercializing one of the most value-changing technologies in the history of humanity, this humanoid robot and the self-driving car. Those are on the cusp of being commercialized. We need to incentivize Elon Musk with a massive new stock package in addition to the one that he won. He needs to be getting another pay package. We need to give him he should get this pay package, so he's up to 25%, 20% at control of the company, and we should issue him another 10% pay package with structured tranches to go from $500 billion to $5 trillion. Why are we dilly-dallying? So this is what's frustrating me, is the court's getting involved when we need to be moving way ahead. This 2018 thing happened. We won. We crushed it. We went to 50 bill to 500 bill. Let's set up a new pay package to go from 500 bill to 5 trill. Robots, self-driving cars. Let's go. Tesla has never been in a better position in terms of financial health, billions on the balance sheet, core business going strong, massive fleet of vehicles out there, laying the foundation of the architecture of FSD to actually achieve that. We are closer than ever to Tesla becoming the world's largest company. This whole vision is here. If you're a Tesla shareholder, you should be riled up. You should be doing whatever the hell you can to vote for paying Elon Musk, because if we can hold on to Elon Musk, we can 10x again. If we lose Elon, we're going to become like GM or Ford. Our stock is flat. We're going to need the government to bail us out. We're a shitty low margin business. We're donezo. If we don't pay Elon and he leaves, we are donezo. So I don't know. And I will just end on the point that I've been driving home, but I think is so important in this world of like lawyers and bullshit and paperwork. I hate lawyers and paperwork. The way I work when I do business, if you know me, you know that I just do what I say what I'm going to do. Like, I don't even need a contract. I like doing a handshake. I like looking somebody in the eye and being like, you do that, I'm going to pay you. And guess what? You do it and I pay you. We started working together. We're going to keep working together. You stand by your word. That's how humans and business has been done for hundreds of years. That's how life works. And so this whole idea that some lawyer, penny pincher, paper pusher can come up with the little legal argument to make it so that we get out of paying Elon for 6 years of blood, sweat, and tears of the smartest man in the world that changed the course of history, operating this company and electrified the world. And now some paper pusher gets to decide that he doesn't get anything for that, even though we promised him we would. Like, no. Like, that's just unfair. That's just not human. That just shouldn't be how society is structured. Like, that's just fucked up. It's not fair, frankly. And it's just so simply wrong that I just do not, and it's just at a simple level. So all these people are like, well, the court's the court, the law is the law, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Just think simply for this. We made a promise with Elon, and at the time, all the haters, the New York Times, all the blah, blah, blah smarty pants said that this was the most shareholder-friendly deal of all time, and Elon would never make any money from it. And guess what? He fucking delivered, so let's fucking pay him. That simple. You don't want to pay the man for the work he did making you rich? Then I have no respect for you. You have no integrity. I think you're a piece of shit. So, I don't know. That's just how I feel about everybody voting no. And I don't know. It just is what it is. And it just is frustrating me that this is even a part of the conversation and this is even happening now. This should not even be happening. And I think there's a lot bigger implications here. When you think about the U.S. heading into an election year, this is extremely frustrating for a lot of liberal people. So if I voted for Biden, I don't care. I'll say my political things, whatever. But I'm beefing with Biden now because of this shit. It's like you scorn Tesla at every turn. You're taking away Elon's compensation. You're making it so, as me, being a baller, mogul, and entrepreneur, never want to start a company in Delaware, never want to start my next company in the U.S. I'm already thinking about my next companies, how I can start them outside the U.S. because the legal system is clearly fucking with companies here. And we're moving towards a socialistic regime where the government can, and one shareholder with a judge with 9 shares, 0.00001% ownership of a company can overturn the will of the whole company because of the legal system. That is a massive flaw. That is a massive risk. If you are the U.S. in this incredibly cutthroat war for talent, for, keeping entrepreneurs here, for generating wealth for our citizens in terms of taxes and economic output, then you need entrepreneurs starting companies here. You need shareholder democracy thriving here. So taking a massive step backwards in terms of capitalism and shareholder democracy and free rights as an entrepreneur and fairness in the system, taking a step back in that regard decreases our competitiveness on the global scale, is a massive threat to our economic and just national security, frankly. This is a national security threat in some ways because you're telling every smart entrepreneur and engineer, don't start your company in America because we might take control over it and start changing it and take away your ownership in the company 6 years after you earned it because we felt like it. And that is a dangerous precedent to set. So if this precedent is set, then people can start suing and changing ownership of every company. And the law, and there's no value to, shareholder rights and democracy and capitalism. And so I know I'm sounding extreme and like that might sound ridiculous, but it is very true. There is big implications to this case far beyond Tesla. How we structure companies or how we structure organizations that control and bring to market the most powerful technologies on earth. I'm talking about AI. I'm talking about everything, weapons. All of that is commercialized through companies. So the structure at which companies operate and are governed in many ways is the way in which society is governed. And so I think to the implications this has at setting a precedent of shareholder governance doesn't matter, shareholder votes don't matter, judges can just overturn the will of shareholder years later, make massive changes to the cap table, strip tens of billions of dollars of value from founders and engineers at the whim of a hat in retrospect. I mean, this is setting a precedent that is extremely dangerous. And so I think it has huge implications. It will be massively harmful to the state of Delaware's economy because everyone's going to move out of Delaware if this case goes through. So that is what it is. I'm voting for. I want the history book to show that I'm thankful for Elon. Thank you, Elon. Like, I don't know. I will end it with my character and homie assessment of Elon, if that's one. Which is like, the dude works so hard and Elon just works his ass off. And he's honestly a super fair, like, chill dude when it comes down to it and very reasonable. And I know people, that sounds ridiculous maybe, but like, He's just a hella fair, reasonable, good to work with guy when it comes to funding his companies. And I know that's like a hot take, but that's just the truth. And it's like, it just pisses me off that like Elon just tried to do the right thing by shareholders and did the right thing for us. And like, we should pay him for that. It's just like so simple, and just so many other CEOs and executives fuck over shareholders and try and take as much money from they can, dilute them. I would say like 99% of CEOs just try and fuck over shareholders at every turn and make themselves rich. Elon did the opposite and said, I'm only getting rich if you do. We need more of that in the world, not less of it. Come on. Come on, people. Anyway, this is Gally. This is HyperChange signing off. This is some fucking bullshit. Let's get Elon paid. Let's get the man what he deserves. Fair is fair. Stand behind our word. I know I'm standing behind my word, and I'm paying the man for the work he did. Are you standing behind your word?